As I mentioned in a lot of my videos, having a support network is greater for recovery. Being alone is doable, but being with someone of trust makes everything easier. But I never actually talked about how to build this support network. So today, this is the topic. But before talking about all of that, who am I? My name is Wesley, and my mission is to help prevent 1,000 men from getting to killing themselves because of porn addiction. Literally getting to suicidal thoughts because of this one specific addiction. These are my type of videos, and if that interests you, make sure you subscribe. We are in a war against the porn companies, and in order for us to win that war, we have to all shut them down. But we can't achieve that goal if everyone is still fapping every day to porn and still having this porn addiction. So in order for me to make a real change in the world, and in fact, in order for all of us to win this war, we have to end the addiction for everyone. We have to put everyone aside from this porn addiction and stop them from actually consuming their content unnecessarily. So, if you're interested by that, you might actually either want to get free from this porn addiction or help me at least help the most people possible by sharing the video, liking, subscribing. I need you to actually visualize yourself right now. You have to go to the gym. You have to do work every day. Maybe it's your work, maybe it's school, maybe it's just work on yourself, right? But what happened? You don't have the motivation. You lack motivation to do these things. You lack motivation to start a new project and to continue it, to finish it, and keep sticking to it until the end. You tried quitting maybe porn, but what you see, you lack discipline. You lack sticking to your routine. You started your gym membership, but what happened? You started by going 5 days a week, then it was 4, then it was 3. Now you're not even going to the gym anymore. Maybe you're just staying home and not even going to the gym. It's been months over months and you're still not going to the gym, but you're still paying every month. And what you're telling yourself is, I'll go do it next week. I'll go do it next month. But what happened? You stay and you don't do it. It will be a year and you're still going to say, I'm going to go do it, but you're not. And what happened is that it's a process in your mind. It's a process that happens because your mind is unhealthy. And what makes your brain unhealthy right now is your porn addiction. The fact that you're fapping every day to porn addiction brings this constant big surge of dopamine inside of your brain, and this makes your brain unable to create your self-motivation to start anything else. If you really analyze yourself deeply, you'll realize that the only thing you have motivation for is the time that you go and fap every day. That's the only time you feel motivation. Like, you could be running outside, running the 2 kilometers to go back home just so you can masturbate even faster. And on that, don't even trust myself. You would realize this if you were more self-aware. But maybe you're not doing meditation and you lack self-awareness also. But the main point is still there. If you want to change your life, to actually make something impactful for you and take in charge, take in your hand this porn addiction and throw it away. Finally getting free, breaking free from this porn addiction. First thing down in the description. This will greatly help you. On that, I'll continue directly with the support network. So for this first step, I'll need you to go back as when you were 5 years old. If you remember, when you were 5 years old, you would identify enemies and allies. What will happen? You would see in your class when you were in school at 5, you were seeing, okay, this guy, I really don't like him, he's my enemy. Oh, this guy, I really like him, he's my ally. And what would happen? You would form kind of teams. Like, maybe it wasn't your case, but it was mine, so that's why the story came. But I remember that while talking about this with other people, they say, oh yeah, I kind of visualize it. So that's why I'm actually employing this kind of example. And people you were putting in your team, you were actually kind of liking them, right? Not loving them, right? But you were kind of liking them. They were maybe sharing some hobbies with you, some interest. And those were your enemies were because you were not liking them, right? You actually hate them, and maybe they stole a pencil that you had or something. But this list of allies and enemies were a great one. And right now I need you to make the same. You will identify all your allies in this porn addiction. And how are you going to be able to do that? Are you able to actually trust them? Are they supportive as people? You already know in your life, if you really analyze yourself, kind of people that are supportive, that always are there and there to listen to you, there to give you advice, and they like the fact that you're feeling well, that you're feeling greater. Maybe it is your mom, right? This is normally the best example I could give you. Your mom usually is someone that loves you unconditionally, and what happens is that when you have a setback or something, she's the one cheering for you and saying, yeah, you'll achieve it, things like that, right? I'll need you to analyze your whole surroundings, all the people you actually talk with, and put them either they're allies or enemies. They're enemies if they can't actually provide you this support and constructive help. And if they're your allies, so they're good allies in your recovery because you can count on them and you know that they will help you in your recovery. I'll need you to really visualize and analyze everything. It can be friend, it can be family, it can be co-workers, it can be your boss, it can be just random people you met on the street and you really kind of stick with them, right? They become great friends. It can be any person, but you have to analyze everyone you talk to regularly, if they can be of great help in your recovery. That's the first step towards building your support network. And bear with me, the support network will greatly help you, right? Having a support network towards yourself is preventing yourself from actually going in alone, because as you know, even professional, they don't go and do their sports alone, right? They have their medicals with them, they have coaches with them, they have their supports, they have the spectators, like they're greatly supported. And if professionals at peak of their performance need all of that, you can imagine that yourself that is not at your peak performance right now, you also need that, right? It's normal. Every human needs interactions with other humans in order to feel great, to feel alive. So that's your case also, and you may actually want to take advantage of it. Now you took the step, you actually analyze yourself, you figure out that maybe you have 2 to 3 person that you can really put trust in and kind of say to them what you're feeling right now. Now, I'll need you to actually search for a super group in your local area. These are going to be new people that you never talk to. But what happened is that you are all linked by the fact that you're all on this porn addiction and you're all trying to quit. And what happened is that sometimes you meet people that's been way longer than you on this porn addiction. Sometimes maybe it's only been it's not only, but maybe it's been 8 years that you're on this addiction, right? You started at 14 and you're now 22, right? Maybe. But you meet this guy that's 35 and in his case, it's been like 20 years. Wait, 35? Yeah, it's been 20 years that he's addicted. So you can kind of see it's easily double the time that you were addicted. So you can kind of see that he has way more stories to tell. And maybe he tries this, he tried that. Oh, have you heard of this specific strategy? This greatly helped me. And now you learn about it. Oh, wow, I never thought about it. Now you try it and it greatly impacts your life. And maybe you're free because of it, right? So having this specific super group and people in the same thoughts of you, they're like-minded individual, right? They're trying to get out of this porn addiction as you are. So they have stories that are related to you and they know what you're feeling firsthand because they're actually there, still living the same life as you. Not the same life, right? But I mean the same struggles towards porn addiction. So you identify your allies, you joined a support group. Now what you need is a coach, someone that will push you. Like professionals all have their sports, all have their coaches, the people that actually know more than them in this specific topic, but will make sure that they are the ones that will greatly improve, right? For example, you take anyone, you take Ronaldo. Ronaldo has a personal coach. He doesn't have just the big coach, right? He has a personal coach that will actually push him to his limit. In badminton, you take anyone, you take Alexander's, I don't remember his name, sorry. But the champion right now, he has his personal coach. His personal coach is not better than him, right? He's not a professional. But in the coaching area of badminton, he has really great knowledge. So he can actually provide this knowledge for the guy, and the guy actually learns, okay, I have to hit it more like slower or things like that. Having this coach in with you provides you knowledge that you don't have, accountability that you don't have, and it makes you able to actually get out of this porn addiction for good. And especially in the context of porn addiction. Porn addiction, as I said, it's a lot more harder. It's a lot harder to quit by yourself than if you're well surrounded. And you can't be more well surrounded than with a coach in porn addiction. Or at least me, right? I keep on developing myself. I keep on reading about topic, about subject. I keep on searching for new strategy because, as I mentioned a lot of times, I do one-to-one coaching. So I'm directly with you. But the point that I'm giving right now is because I'm directly with you, my strategy that I give you is not a single one-to-many strategy, right? It's not a strategy that work on you and could work on 2,000 other people, because I chose to make one-on-one. So when I suggest something, it's because I actually thought about your situation, your unique situation. You are unique in life, so your situation is different from the other people and the other person right next to you, right? So the strategy that I give you won't be the same that I will give to the person next to you. But in order for me to be able to do that, I keep on learning about the subject. And every day I read, I watch videos, I watch podcasts, I watch a lot of things towards that, so I can be the greater help that you can receive. But in order for you to actually receive it, you have to first take the step that you want to quit. And this professional help can help you build coping mechanism, right? You can figure out that this person has specific strategies and specific things to do. Maybe not just building a routine like I mentioned in previous videos, but I have way more resources to actually give you. And I have a specific game plan that provides you exactly in concrete step. You can go stand up right now and do exactly what I mentioned in the game plan, and you will get free in the time that I mentioned. So you can see how this can greatly help you. And this creates a clear path forward. You exactly know what to do in order to progress through each step and in order for you to finally get free from this porn addiction. So having professional support in addition to already having your support group and having allies by yourself that you can talk to whenever you want, you can see how this builds a solid support network. Finally, we are in a world right now where technology is really important, and it's really important for you to actually look online. Online super groups are different than local super groups, but there are still super groups, and you can find so much information on the internet, so much other strategies for free, right? Strategies on internet, strategies on YouTube. You can read a lot also, even if like you don't buy books or things like that. You can read for free about addiction and how to quit and things like that. But as I figured out, you maybe already tried that, and you see that they are all strategies that can work for many people, but they don't work especially for you. And that's why, as I said previously, that I made the one-to-one coaching. I saw that when I had a single strategy that I was giving out, this works for many people, but it's not working for everyone. And in order for me to win this war against the porn companies, I had to free everyone. I don't have to free the majority, right? I have to free everyone. So one-to-one coaching is the way to do it, and I'll gladly do it. But utilizing online resources makes you able to actually have access to knowledge from everywhere. You can be at your home, you can be at work, you can be at school, you can be everywhere, anywhere, and you have access to your book, you can read, you can search information online, and this greatly help you because sometimes you may have urges and you're not at home, right? You're not in front of your PC and you can talk online with those people. But maybe you're at work, you have data, so you can actually open them and start talking with the people in your online support group. So they're there directly for you and preventing you from actually having the urges while you're at work. So you can see how this can help you and actually prevent you from relapsing randomly at work, right? This would be crazy. But just because you have the support network and you have a solid foundation, this makes you able to go further in your porn addiction recovery and maybe prevented some relapses. So this is great. Finally, once you've been able to actually put all of this, you identified allies, you joined a local support group, you found yourself a coach or any professional help that you could find that you have trust in, and you actually analyze the situation, you see, oh, they're great, they are in the same direction that I want, and they don't just want profit over me. And you also utilized all the online resources. Now all you have left to do is maintain those relationships, right? If you are with your mom, for example, keep on talking to her every day, right? Maybe at least once a week. But you have to maintain the relationships, because first, if you don't, they may leave and go see other people that maintain their own relationships. And if you don't invest time in people you actually care about and people that actually love you, you will lose them. So the point of you building a support network is actually having still the support network, right? You don't want it to just go and deteriorate because you don't actually take the time to invest time into other people, right? So if you do all of that, you will actually build yourself a solid support network, and this will make a big difference in your recovery, because as I mentioned, when you're alone, it's hard, but when you're well surrounded, everything becomes way easier. On that, I'll actually ask of you to take care of yourself.